Hi, Jenny here. Today is Wednesday, April 26th. So I'm finally up for doing an update. As you know, I put out the video. I had my second cancer treatment on last week, actually, a week ago, the 19th. That was my birthday. And I mentioned then, and also on pump removal day, we have the pump removed on Friday. I made a short video on that day. That this time the side effects hit me fast and hard. Right away on Wednesday, before even leaving the building, on the way walking to the car, I already felt the tingles in the nose and my hands felt cool. And I think it was by that night, a new symptom was that my calves had kind of felt exhausted. They felt like I had done a really heavy workout. And when I washed my hands, I had the super tingles in the fingers, so I have to pay attention to water temperature now. Tingles in the cheeks and all that too, with just being, not even just eating, I'm just sitting there. And it's really hard to drink water. Found out by maybe Thursday or Friday, I could drink Ensure, the chocolate drinks. That went down fine. But regular water was kind of burning a little bit, and I'm doing that liquid IV lemonade, and it was okay. Still kind of a little burny. Another drink suggested by the dietitian is Gator Light, so it's kind of like Gatorade, but I guess it has more electrolytes in there. This actually doesn't taste as syrupy sweet, I think, as regular Gatorade. There's different flavors of that too, and drinking that was okay. Small sips, but again, really not until Sunday. It was Sunday night I could finally drink water again. That was fine. I've been heating up my water in the microwave, in a little coffee cup. Put my water in there for 30 seconds, and to make it a little bit warmer, and that's fine. I tried putting a lemon slice in there and didn't really care for the lemon. So, haven't tried tea. I know people suggested that. For me, tea usually gives me a stomach ache unless I eat some toast with it or something. So maybe I'll try that later or next time. But in any case, the finger tingles were still there yesterday, a little bit on and off in the day. I'll get some tingles. Grabbing maybe some cold stuff out of the refrigerator sometimes. I'll get little tingles in the fingers. I know on Monday, I think I was holding a strawberry. Wayne got me these really nice big strawberries, and I was cutting one up in my cereal, and just the texture of it and the coldness burned the fingers type of, so I dropped the strawberry in my bowl, and then I cut it up in my bowl and put my cereal in. But so that's been interesting. Not pleasant. I put out there, people on Facebook know I had a really hard time, and I cried every day until yesterday morning a little bit, due to my ostomy bag, but so far today's good. No promises though, because just cry every day. Although one of the other days when I was crying Sunday or whatever, I could tell again it was a grieving cry. I really just put it all out there. So, as per usual, as I've said, these are my ups and downs, the things I'm experiencing and how I'm going through it, how I'm coping. So yeah, Friday I also got that shot that was is supposed to help with white blood cell production, and the nurse mentioned that it would affect the bones, so to try to take Claritin. So I had taken Claritin that day before going for my pump removal and getting the shot. And it's like a 24-hour pill or whatever, so I don't know if it helped or not. If it did, again, I'm still feeling things. For me, it was almost kind of indicated that it would happen in your thighs, that you would feel it. For me, it was my chest and my upper back. I could feel it all in my collarbone and my sternum, and once in a while in the ribs, and then the upper back. And sometimes just walking to the bathroom and back, I would get a little tired. I would feel fatigued. It wasn't the fatigue that I felt before without having this shot, like the week before my first treatment, where I just felt really tired, like all over and just blah. I don't know, this fatigue was more, I don't know, I can kind of describe it, just a muscle, is more of a muscle thing. Just kind of, again, like I'd done a hard workout and the muscles were recovering. And as for the bones, yeah, I'd walk to the bathroom and walk back to the couch, and then I could feel like my heart beating and the bone thing. So I'd lay down and rest for a little bit. Or of course when I cry, the side effect to it is makes the eyes hurt really bad when you cry. It's bad enough when you cry and then they get all puffy, but to even start crying, it hurts so bad. I'm like, oh, come on. That's kind of, my grief release, just, release of sadness, and then it hurts even more, which makes me even more sad. But so be it. At least, I know it's going to happen. Went for the pump removal, going back to the car, same, had a little bit of tingles in the nose, and I put gloves on my hands right away, and I still had some tingles in the fingers. So Saturday, Sunday, it lasted longer this time. My first treatment, by Sunday, I was good. By Saturday afternoon, I felt normal. It was whatever. By Sunday, it was good. Today's Wednesday. Like I said yesterday, there were still some things going on. Some of it when I'm resting and reading, even holding a book, sometimes I get the tingles in the fingers or my arms. I almost feel like I'm gonna fall asleep, or I got pressure on it, like you put pressure on like your funny bone and your arm just feels numb type of. I was having that last night. So, been staying in the house, resting as much as I can. So I'm on the computer a little bit doing some stuff, but resting, reading, napping, healing. Saturday we did an ostomy bag change, and I got kind of freaked out there in that, I think I mentioned before, I've got, from the one barrier ring, I get some stickiness. And so I'm standing in the bathroom cleaning some of that up. I always have, lately I've had Wayne there with me because of the one time that I almost passed out. So now I'm like, okay, I'll just do the bag change when Wayne's around, and maybe it can kind of help a little, or be there for me. In case I need to run in the bedroom, because if I need to go in the bedroom and lay down and do this, and if my ostomy starts having output, then nicely Wayne can at least go to the bathroom and rinse the washcloth for me and bring me a clean washcloth and do what I need to do. But we were cleaning Saturday, and I was cleaning some of the stickiness off, which wasn't too bad, but I also found a loose stitch. And it also seemed like my stoma is just kind of receded a little bit in the body. It used to be like a good inch sticking out, and now it's like a half an inch. So even though I asked the doctor about it's not going to go back in my body, right? And he said no, because there are stitches. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a loose stitch now. And Wayne's like, well, it probably should dissolve. And I'm like, well, if it dissolves, wouldn't that not then hold the stoma in place? I don't know. I don't know this stuff. I'm freaking out. So when you leave the hospital, they kind of say you can have home health care come and they can help you with the bag changes. I didn't do that because in the hospital it was easy peasy. I got it. Once I'd gotten home and I'd done a bag change, it wasn't so bad. Still some kind of easy. And then by the next one, that was kind of bad. And then the next one, trying to get all the sticky stuff off and whatever. And I thought at this point, I'm like, you know what? The ostomy center at the hospital said, they gave me a phone number, and they said, any questions, if you need to make an appointment, because you can always come here and change your bag, and we can help you, just call. So Monday morning I called, and they told me I need a referral from a doctor, my regular GP or the surgeon or whatever. I'm thinking, really? I had my surgery there. I have it's all in my medical records, and they gave me a number. I don't get this, but fine. And also knowing, again, from videos that I've watched, some people, sometimes it takes a while to get into the wound care center. So I, through my online medical app, it's Live Well, I do Aurora, so it's Live Well. I messaged the physician assistant, the one that I saw for my follow-up on my bag and all that, and asked him to do a referral for me, and that I'd seen a stitch. And his nurse got back to me and said, yep, referral's done. It was in a couple hours, thank God. I was so happy. and to send them a picture. I'm like, well, that's not happening until I change again. And then a couple hours later, again, like the wound care ostomy nurse, desk, whatever, had called me back. And she was looking at the calendar, trying to figure it out, and the universe, my angels working miracles, got me in yesterday morning at 8:30. So right away, I called on Monday, I got in Tuesday morning at 8:30. So that was super. Getting to the hospital, a little bit of traffic, so Wayne let me out at the front door so I could get in because it was pretty much almost appointment time. And walking across, I could feel tiny little tingles in the nose. And then when walking, the other thing I've also had this time is I have tingles in the feet. And had been kind of okay, well, walking in the hospital, walking fast, I could feel the tingles in my feet going to the appointment, but it was fine. Got to the appointment and saw Amy, who had seen me once in the hospital. I'd seen two different, I don't know if there's only the two ostomy kind of specialists there or not, but I'd seen the one gal that was in that. I'd seen Amy while I was in the hospital. She was one of them that explained some stuff to me. And then there was a second nurse that I'd also seen the next day. But in any case, Amy was there. She took care of me. Super nice, super easygoing, obviously, because they do this all the time. They know. So as I explained the problems that I was having with my bag and questioning, on the stitch, which she says, yep, that's normal. It will dissolve. It's fine. The stoma will not go back into my body. It is pretty much now that I'm on week 5, it should be where it is shrunk down to be. Because they say in the beginning, she's like, they pump a bunch of gases in you, they do a bunch of stuff, so yeah, it sticks out more. They prefer it to be about that inch. But then when you heal and everything kind of goes back down and settles to where it's going to be, that's where it's going to be. So I was afraid that my stoma was kind of even with the barrier ring. I'll tell me it's still outputting into the bag. That's great, it's fine, what's supposed to be. But yesterday morning I also had my first leak. So she was happy to kind of have also seen that, to see maybe what the problem was and all that, which she couldn't really find out, didn't really say or tell, but I kind of wrapped some tissue around my bag thing, put some saran wrap around me to hold the tissue in place so it wouldn't fall off. But in any case, that kind of made the bag also easier to get up. That's part of my problem, is I'm having pain more on the right hand side, kind of where the stickiness is, because you got a round ring like this, you got your stoma in the middle, but I'm having pain around like the side where the sticky stuff is. But she took that all off, she cleaned me all up, did some of the extra that I didn't take the time to do last time, because again, I'm like, I don't understand with the stitch and this whatever, let me just put a bag back on and be done. So I get some of the the ring is, this big, so you get some stickiness on the outside areas, which is what I hadn't really cleaned up, and she cleaned all that up. Clean around the stoma. I did have a couple areas of redness, and so put the stoma powder on, and told me as far as the bags go, we could cut off some of the extra stickiness, didn't really need that. And then she put some extra flange type strips on. So she will try that, and they do make bags without the extra stickiness. Supposedly don't really need all that to hold it on. So we learned some good stuff, learned some good tricks. Good to know and hear from somebody that knows stuff that this is all normal. I'm doing okay. I'm doing the bag changes okay. The skin looks good. As she said, even the other skin where I was having some pain and all that was still looking good. Which again, yes, I've seen other videos online where the skin is really broken down and really bad. And mine was just a little bit red, a little irritated. You take a Band-Aid off, you take what, and you get a little bit of redness there for a little bit. That's kind of what I got going on. So today feels a little better. We'll see how it goes when I do the next bag change and all that. But hopefully that'll do the trick, and I can keep going with how I'm going. So that's where I am at now. I also got a call from a counselor yesterday. She's specifically a cancer counselor, and said that this is all part of the cancer program, so there's no charge to it and stuff, so that's very nice to know. Just talk anywhere from like 15 minutes to 45, and just go over what you're going through, and knowing that it is a lot. Everything you're dealing with, side effects and all that, and to know other people have gone through it, made it through it, and that there's always hope, and that crying is okay and grieving is okay. It's all understandable, part of the human process. So I'll have I have a real appointment where we set up a time to actually talk, which will be next week, Tuesday. So that should be helpful also. Next chemo treatment is next Wednesday. So I have a week of feeling fairly normal and being able to do normal stuff. Maybe take a walk. We'll see. It's been a little cold outside, so normal people are just wearing a regular jacket and whatnot. I've got my winter jacket and a scarf wrapped around me and a hat and gloves. But I'm out there. Also makes me realize I've had, there was one of my neighbors that used to walk around like that, and even in summer, that she would have all that on, the sunglasses, a brimmed hat, and it, just like a button-down cotton shirt and regular pants or something. But as you live and grow and learn, you kind of realize that, oh hey, maybe she's going through some medical something that she had to dress like that, and good for her for getting out there and walking. So this has made me more aware of more people knowing that they're going through stuff, and maybe why people are dressed differently, wear things differently, why some people are still wearing masks. So people, some people like that, some don't. Some, they may be immune compromised. They may have tingles in their nose when they're walking. So if I didn't have my scarf with me, like when I go to the doctor appointment, I've left my mask on going to the car, and even in the car driving because it was cold. And I know sometimes you wonder, why are people driving in their cars and it's just them and they're wearing their mask or whatnot. So kind of opened my eyes to some of that stuff. Another lesson learned, I guess, for me is also living in the day to day. Because I think about my treatment next Wednesday and I start getting a little anxious and I think, you know what? That's next week. That's days away. Let me live for today. Day by day. I've said that, put that out there. Do what you can every day and try to make it a good one, a happy one. Do stuff that you like. So that's where I'm at. So like I said, for the next one, I'm going to ask for them to lower the, oxyplatin? I think I'm saying that wrong. Knowing, the thing is knowing that if I would still have the regular dosage, I would have these same side effects again, even more so in intensity and longer in duration. So even if I'm asking to lower the oxyplatin, I still may have this same intensity that I had this last week. And it still even may be a little bit more, hopefully not too much. And I don't know if I'll need that shot or not. Because again, the shot added those extra side effects on there of bone stuff and heart stuff and feeling interesting, just a little off. So that's next week. This is where I'm at today, day by day. Live your life day by day. Make it enjoyable, go make good memories, make it positive, be happy. So on that note, you guys, keep it positive and go make it a great day. Bye-bye.